Good morning, everyone. I'm Shaina Stacy.
And I'm Bentley Leonard, and welcome to the Shpiel.
Since we've been gone for almost a month now, let's get you caught up to date on Jewish news. Israel's re-elected Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Wednesday, March 18th, was re-elected. Netanyahu defeated his leading challenger, Isaac Herzog, after trailing him at the start of the election. Before the elections, he also stated that he wouldn't support a two-state solution with Palestine, but later reenacted that statement.
Israel did not spy on the nuclear talks between Iran and other world powers, according to an Israeli official said last Tuesday. The official denied a Wall Street Journal report that said Israel had obtained confidential information to help their argument against a potential deal. With the deadline fast approaching, Israel and many other countries are interested in the outcome.
The Lapin Foundation wants to open up sponsored trips to Israel to Jews who are under the age of 18. Robert Lapin, the head of the foundation, wants younger Jews to visit because of the rise of anti-Semitism on college campuses. However, Tagli Birthright, the most prominent philanthropy that sponsors these visits, opposes that idea. Tagli argues that these trips have more impact on those who are generally more mature.
America's oldest matzo factory is moving away from Manhattan's Lower East Side. It's been open since 1925. Stride's plans to shut down their old factory and reopen in a new computerized plant in the New York area. The contract has yet to be signed, so the current plant will continue operations until the new one is up and running.
With Passover just around the corner this weekend, Jewish a cappella group 613 are singing a new song. Last week, the group released its latest parody, Uptown Passover, based on the Uptown Funk hit by Bruno Mars. Let's take a look.
Well, that was funny. Good video.
Yeah.
Wasn't my favorite song, but slowly become my favorite song.
They're so entertaining. It was like, you know, I didn't really like the song at first, but now it's just so catchy because it's everywhere.
So who were those guys? Just some fun random guys who decided to do that?
They're a Jewish a cappella group called 613, and I don't know if they're from a school, but they're all Jewish and they have really nice voices.
Do they have more videos? Do you know?
Yeah, they have a whole YouTube channel.
Fun.
Yeah.
Well, good. And then on top of that video, we also have an interview that you did.
I did. I interviewed Rabbi Neal Schuster about Passover and his involvement with KU Hillel, and that was really fun. I got to learn a lot about him.
Very cool.
Yeah, so let's take a look.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back to the Shpiel. I'm Shaina Stacy, and I'm here with Rabbi Neal Schuster from Hillel in KU Hillel. So hi, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So we just wanted to talk to you a little bit and ask what got you involved with KU Hillel.
Well, it's been 6 years that I've been at KU Hillel.
Wow.
And I know it's been a long time. Before that, as you know, I was at Congregation B'nai Yehuda in Overland Park. And you know, I did that for 6 years, and while I was doing that, Jay Lewis and I, Jay is the executive director at KU Hillel, we became good friends. We did a lot of things together. We have kids who are the same age, and we always talked about how great it would be to work together. And you know, got to that point, and we tried to make that happen. And then there was an opportunity that came through of a funding opportunity for this position called Senior Jewish Educator, which was a little bit of a different approach to having a rabbi in a Hillel. Not really kind of the traditional Hillel rabbi role, where you know it's all about doing services and kind of those things. It's really more about engaging students out where they're at and taking really kind of an educational approach to the role.
So what was Hillel like before you came?
You know, before I came, Hillel was exceptional. It was great. What I was able to do when I came, it was able to bring another level. It was able to take it to a new kind of stage where it wasn't just programmatic excellence, but there was also kind of a content excellence that we were able to add. So we talk about breadth and depth. Breadth is you're reaching a lot of students. Depth is how deep are you going with those students. So I was able to bring a new type of depth.
So you've been really finding the balance between reaching all these kids and also getting deep into the Judaism.
I would say I've been looking for the balance. I don't know if I found it. It changes all the time.
It is a work in progress.
Yeah, yeah. And really the constant change is part of, it's part of life on a university campus. I think that it's part of any effective organization where you have to be constantly changing. KU has become a go-to Jewish school. Every year we get students who come and they say, I want to go somewhere where there's a really good, vibrant Jewish community. So I'm looking at Indiana and Arizona and Kansas. I mean, who ever would have imagined that someone would put those schools together as far as Jewish life? I don't know about party life, whatever.
Schools.
Yeah, but it's a destination Jewish school. People are coming from all around the country.
It seems to have become that. You're
Yeah.
right. Well, thank you. And we can't forget about the upcoming holiday we have. Can you tell us a little bit about Passover this weekend?
You're not talking about Easter, so.
Not Easter.
All right, so Passover starts this weekend, and Passover, or Pesach in Hebrew, it's a spring festival, and it's the festival of freedom. And boy, there's so much I can say about it.
Of course.
The basics are, it commemorates the Exodus from Egypt, the liberation of the ancient Hebrews or Israelites from slavery in Egypt. And we commemorate it each year by retelling the story. And we retell it in such a way that it's not a story that happened to those other people or to our ancestors, but we imagine that it happened to us. So the retelling is the essential part of it. And we do that retelling on the first night of the holiday, or first and second night, at a Seder, a ritual meal. And there are all kinds of symbols of the Seder, and we eat matzah. For 7 or 8 days, we eat matzah instead of bread. Mm-hmm. So we don't eat anything that's leavened, anything that's risen, so bread, cereal, anything like that. And instead we eat matzah, which...
little cracker, right?
It's like big saltine crackers, only with less flavor. So...
Cardboard cracker.
Yeah. That's matzah. Although it comes in all kinds of forms. You get your classic square. Mm-hmm. You get your round shmura matzah, which has been watched from the field all the way through the process.
So we've learned a little bit about the holiday. Now tell us a little bit about what we have in front of us here.
Sure. So, and I should say the whole idea of matzah, like why matzah and not having something leavened. Matzah, we call it. It actually has 2 different things that it's called. It's called the bread of affliction, or a bread of poverty. So the bread of affliction, and the idea is when the Israelites were leaving Egypt, they didn't have time to let their bread rise. So that's why we have it. Or the bread of poverty, that when you're a slave, you don't have time to let your bread rise. So what we have here, what's matzah? We said it's like a big saltine cracker, something like that. And in the Mishnah, the earliest layer of written Jewish law, they lay out there are 5 grains that you can make matzah from. And they are, barley, oats, this is spelt flakes, this is rye, this is spelt, and this is wheat. So 5 basic grains. And anything that comes from these grains but isn't matzah is chametz. It's leaven, and you can't have it on Passover. If it's from these grains and it's not matzah, you can't have it.
Well, that's very cool. We got a nice history on Passover and why we can and can't eat certain things. And we've heard a lot about you and Hillel and your involvement with Hillel.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And we have Seders this Friday, both at Hillel and Chabad. So join us for those. And thank you. We'll be right back. welcome back to the Shpiel. So we just saw that interview. Seemed really cool. We learned a lot of fun stuff about Passover.
Yes, definitely. So
Yeah.
what's one of your favorite meals for Passover?
Definitely matzo ball soup. There's not a lot of, since there's a lot of dietary restrictions, there's not a lot we can eat, can't have bread or anything bready like that. So matzo ball soup is the way to go.
Sounds good. I might have to try it out.
Yes.
Do something.
Yes.
Like that.
So we're about to look at one of Bentley's videos she made. Tell us about that.
So basically I had to make a how-to video, and I'm not the most crafty person, but I basically just cut out in paper and made a Star of David that you can hang on a wall.
Oh, cool.
Something you can do with young siblings, cousins.
Did you hang it
little
on your
kids.
wall?
I did. It's
Oh, cool.
actually stuck on my wall next to a bunch of pictures and stuff. So
Oh, beautiful.
we'll take a look and you guys can see how to do it in case you want to do something fun.
Bentley, that was adorable.
It's just something fun to do, I guess, if you
So
want to.
crafty,
I'm
so
sure everyone could do it better than I could. Mine is.
Well, that was fun to watch. We'll be
Thanks.
back with after the short break.
What do you mean? What do you mean my mocha's not here? I'm Ben Allen, seriously. What about here? Is that better? Oh, now my arm's disappearing. Obviously, this is even worse. Make sure you tweet at us at 3InKey on Twitter. I don't know where else you would tweet at us, but you should do that because I'm lonely and I need friends. Please follow me, Ben Allen Sports. It'll make your day better. Probably not. It'll make mine better though. Literally. I'm back again on Good Morning KU for 3 weeks. I'm going to be coming in, analyzing those teams, telling you what you need to know and why you need to know it. Because I know things. We're going on a trip and our favorite rocket ship. Follow me on that Twitter thing, Ben Allen Sports. So March Madness is coming up. Why am I wearing a Ravens shirt? Because I am a loser. Signing off. Konnichiwa. I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm Michael Portman.
And I'm still Shaina Stacy. Before we let you know about what upcoming events there are, let's throw it to Thomas with the Yiddish Word of the Week.
Thanks, guys. Thomas here with your Yiddish Word of the Week. Glad to be back, and I hope you had a great spring break. So, Yiddish Word of the Week. This week's word is actually a phrase, but don't worry, we're going to keep it short. Oy vey. Very popular. You've probably heard it. You might have said it. If you've never heard of it, you need to start getting out of the house. Oy vey. It means, oh woe, or woe is me. It's an exclamation of dismay. So, long lines, not so good news. Oy vey. Herschel. The line at Katz's Deli is 45 minutes long. Talk to someone. Do something about this. The wait is an hour. Oy vey. Thanks, guys. Glad to be back. Take care.
Oy vey. Thanks, Thomas. Now, since Passover starts this weekend, here are the seders you can attend to celebrate. KU Hillel hosts their seder this Friday at 6 p.m. here at the Kansas Union. Tickets to attend are $18, and you can register at kansashillelwufu.com.
KU Chabad will host 2 Passover Seders. The first one is this Friday as well, starting at 7:45 p.m. at Chabad. The second one is 8 p.m. on Saturday. You can register at hawkseder.com, and a suggested donation of $18 is welcome.
Lastly, Congregation Beth Shalom in Overland Park will be hosting the Community Seder this Saturday. The Seder starts at 7:30 p.m. More information can be found at bit.ly/KCRabbis.
Well, that's it for upcoming events. We'll be back in 2 weeks, but since today is April 49th, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and Salam to all.
Happy Passover.